Baruch atah asherah anat melecha ha'olam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatif letzitzit. Good morning. We're doing vocal warm-ups for morning prayers. Would you like to join me? Vocal warm-ups. Long, sustained harmonic meditation involving control of the breath and fine-grained awareness of all of the abdominal muscles and all of the laryngeal muscles. So, if you'd like to begin with me, and pay attention to the way that you are seated. Pay attention to your pelvis. Feel how it's rotated so that your spine can emerge out straight and tall. And then bring your attention to your shoulders, to your neck, to your head, all aligned. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and prepare to make a tone, any tone, and try to hold that tone steady for as long as possible. Ready? Inhale. Now we'll go a little higher. Inhale, and the next inhalation, make a tone just a little bit higher. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are warming up our vocal tracts to prepare for morning prayer. To prepare for prayer. Getting centered, listening to one another. That's what we're doing. We're listening. People, this is a question that comes up so frequently these days. What are we doing here? What's going on? People come in and ask, and I usually don't feel qualified to answer. Like I can say, oh, we're doing vocal warm-ups, we're saying this prayer, we're saying that prayer, we're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, but that's not really what they're asking, is it? So, the next time someone asks, what is this, what's going on, please try to answer in your own words. I want to hear what you all think it is that we are doing together. Yeah. Morning prayer. So, we're going to start our morning prayer with the Book of Deuteronomy. So the Book of Deuteronomy is part of the Torah. The Torah is this story about how a people named Israel found themselves in a land named Israel. And it's a tragic story. It's a story about trauma and oppression and suppression, patriarchy. And we're in the middle of it. And the Israelites have left the land of Egypt and they are searching for a homeland, or so the story goes. In actuality, they were already in their homeland and they were trying to justify their ownership of it. So they wrote this story. And they invented this character named Moses, who led them to freedom. and gave them instructions. And here are some of the instructions that Moses gave them. Shema Yisrael, Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Listen, Israel. Listen, you who struggles with God. That's the word Israel. Israel, struggle. El is God. This Canaanitic god El. Israel, listen, you who struggles with God. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Asherah, Echad. These gods, they're all one. Good morning. These gods are all one. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Asherah. Here's Asherah. This is one version of Asherah that we can look at from this time period when these words were written down. Asherah. And where's another image of her? Here's Yahweh and Asherah. Yeah. Yahweh and Asherah. And El. There's El in the background. Right? This is from Kunlet Arjud, dated to around 3,000 years ago. There were gods in the region. There were gods. And Moses says, hey, all of those gods are one. This is Judaism. This is ancient Judaism, or pre-Judaism, you might say. Canaanitic polytheism. We're doing evolutionary mythology here. That's what we're doing. Evolutionary mythology. I like that phrase, huh? It's a pretty good phrase. All right. So Moses says, listen, Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Listen, the serpent eats its tail. All is one. All is one. How do I have a string attached to my milk so that my milk can hang on a hook? It's not milk, it's water. I'm glad you like my dumpster diving. I like dumpstering too. What a paradox. The serpent eats its tail. What are you on about, Moses? So he goes on to explain what he's on about, right? Goes on to explain. What's this about? So am I trans and Jewish? Yes, I am trans and Jewish. Can I go back to singing? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's what Moses says next. ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאור על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. So what does that mean? What language was that in? That was in Hebrew. That was in the Hebrew language from the book of Deuteronomy, from the Torah. And Moses says, you shall love Yahweh Eloheinu with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words that are coming out of my mouth today, that are entering your ears today, these words, speak them. Teach them to your children. Impress them upon your children, is the literal translation from Sepharia. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your houses and on your gates. Mezuzot, doorposts. You're a Muslim? I'm so glad you're here. Genesis 19:24, would you like to quote that for us? I'm so happy to have found purpose in life too, yes. Ouroboros. Yes, the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros. Yes, so this prayer is Ouroboric, right? The prayer literally says, copy me, like a serpent eating its tail. The prayer recreates itself through its own structure. The words of the prayer, the genotype of the prayer, says to the phenotype, directs the phenotype to be created in the form of sound. In the form of sound. And somewhere on earth right now, someone is saying those words right now. Not me. I've finished saying them today. Someone on earth is saying them right now. Someone on the Western Wall, or in New York City, or in San Francisco, or in India. Someone, somewhere, is saying these words right now, and has been saying these words for the last 2,000 years at least. And when Jesus was on the cross, Jesus was saying these words, I assure you. That was the tradition, to say these words when you lie down and when you get up. When you die, you are to say these words. So the tradition goes. Seems like someone is using a lot of big words to portray intelligence. Oh, you got me. You got me. You figured it out. You figured out my performance. I'm a sham. Using the description you used, various religions using the words. Yes. Words. What are words? They're complicated things, aren't they? Am I truly happy? No. Life is suffering. Life is suffering. I'm not truly happy. Is that even possible? Good morning, BB Love. Good morning. How are you? So, you've been having a trouble with your mod things? You're not able to do things with it? I can take your mod away and then I can give it back. Maybe that will help. I'm glad you like the chickens. I like this top too. So, Moses says, copy me. Moses says, say these words every day, because life is suffering. How do you make sense of it? How do you make sense of a serpent eating its tail? A prayer that tells you to create the prayer, right? You have to go out and back in a lot. You think it's a TikTok glitch. That's really frustrating, Katie. She's laying an egg. She's having quite an experience. She's laying an egg. Literally gives birth every day. Isn't that wild? Alright. So, this prayer that we say every morning has 3 parts. This prayer has 3 parts. The first part, the Shema, listen, says, listen, all is one. Okay? Serpent eats its tail, all is one. Yahweh Echad. The second part says, hey, copy me. Again, the serpent eats its tail. It says, copy me. Repeat this over and over again, and maybe one day you'll understand. Maybe one day you'll take it on physically. Alright. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought because comments are distracting sometimes. Maybe if you say these words again and again and again, you will come to understand their deeper structure. Or it's not really about understanding, it's about embodiment. Like, you will become them, right? You will become part of a 2,000-year-old lineage that has never died. And then, the next part is more political. How do I deal with being trans and Jewish? I feel so much guilt for being Christian and gay. Well, the way that I deal with it is that I don't actually engage in modern Judaism, right? Like, the Judaism that I engage with is ancient, before Asherah was eliminated, right? Like, I needed a form of feminist Abrahamism, and it simply does not exist in the modern traditions. So I had to look back thousands of years until I found something resembling it. It's not exactly feminism, it's much more terrifying than that, but that's how. I'm not really the most Jewish in that I'm doing many things now that are rather blasphemous. Heretical, perhaps. But this next section in the book of Deuteronomy it's about politics, right? Yeah. It's about Black Lives Mattering, kind of. It's about recognizing the theft of Black life. That would be a modern framing of this. Black was not a category back then. What does BLM mean? Well, who are you, my audience? What an interesting question to show up in this feed. I'll let someone else answer that. So, the next words that Moses gives sounds like this. V'chaya, ki v'chaya Elohecha el ha'aretz asher nispai lavatecha le'avram li'Yitzchak u'Yaakov לתת לך עברים גדולות ודבות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, וברות עצובים אשר לא עשת, כהרים וזיתים אשר לא נטעת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תשכחה, מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. עבדים. The house of bondage. So, what does that prayer mean? My rice is done. Yes, my rice is done. You know those sounds. The words can be roughly translated thusly. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. What a threat. Take heed you don't forget me. I took you out of that place where you were enslaved. And implied there and elsewhere in this text is, if you misbehave, I'll bring you back there, and I will enslave you once again. What a God. What a God. But it's more than that. It's more than just a threat of, hey, I'm going to enslave you if you misbehave. It's also, remember the people who you are enslaving now. When you go into these cities that you did not build, and you live in houses full of all good things that you did not put in the houses, and when you drink from cisterns that you did not cut from the rock yourself, and when you eat from vineyards and olive groves where you did not plant the seeds, and you eat your fill, and you're fat, remember those who this land used to belong to. Remember the theft that your happiness is predicated upon. Remember. And you know how many of you live on stolen land? We all live on stolen land. I live on stolen land. This used to be Oneida land. What land did you used to live on? Not what land did you used to live on. That is the wrong question. Who used to live on the land that you live on now? In the land that you are occupying? Who used to live there? Do you know? Do you know what the people's name was who came before? It's worth knowing. It's worth remembering, because one day we'll be back there. We will. Indigenous Australians. Dinosaurs. Yeah, dinosaurs. You don't know, but you should. Yeah, you should. Look it up and let me know. Come back. Christopher Columbus. Ah, now that is a very self-aware answer. Yes, Christopher Columbus was here before me. He colonized this land. And he made it possible for my people to live here. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Isn't that colonization just lovely? So, who is this character, Yahweh, who makes these threats? Who reminds us, hey, remember, the land you live on is stolen. You didn't earn it. Who is the character? What is the character of a God who might say such a thing? Well, let's look at another prayer to Yahweh and see if we can glean something else about who he is. Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo ashani isha. I repeat the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, who did not make me a woman. I did. What a God. What a God who wouldn't make me a woman. I guess I can be thankful for that, in the same way that I can be thankful that Christopher Columbus colonized North America so that people like me could live here. Huh. Thanks, Yahweh, for not making me a woman. For not making me that lesser sex, right? It's not thank you for making me a man. It's not actually a kind of like self-affirming gratitude. It's an other-denying antagonism. Thank you for not making me a woman. Alright. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to make myself a woman. That's what it means to me. And then we can follow it up with another prayer, this time modified to thinking about Asherah. Baruch atah Asherah, anat malacha ha'olam, asher yitzaret ha'adam b'chachama u'vara v'om. I repeat the name of Asherah Anat, Asherah, who made me with many openings and cavities. How can you be a mod for me? Well, we're going to be doing some community organizing very soon. I mean, we're doing it right now, but we're going to shift into a new gear very shortly. The way to become a mod for me is to join my Discord server and be active in the channel live stream discussion, where we talk about the live stream and how things are going, and what we want for the future. And sometime next week, as soon as my semester starts and I have a little bit better idea what my work schedule is going to be like, I will start scheduling regular meetings with this community on the Discord, where we will talk about various things. I want to be doing some serious community organizing and programming for you all. I want to start being live on Discord more. I want others of you to be actively on Discord, and I want us to be more conscious and aware about the community that we're trying to build together. Put more labor into it. I'm going to start a Patreon in order to support this work happening. So we're starting some big things soon. And if you would like to be a part of that, you can join the Discord server and talk to me about moderating. And yeah, we're building a team. The team is already here. They're all right here. They're chatting with one another. It makes me really happy. So if you want to be a part of that team, making this space what it is, join the server and we can chat about what that will look like in the coming months. Okay. So now here's a song by Leonard Cohen about politics, ancient politics. It's of the same content as the last prayer that I sang, right? The last prayer that I recited is about Yahweh reminding the people that when they go into the land of Israel, it is not theirs, right? That's the direct meaning of the prayer. Hey, when you go into this land, remember that you stole it. Okay. So we can flash forward 1,500 years to the Babylonian exile, 1,500 years later. And the same people were facing a different kind of threat than they had before, and another empire was coming in, conquering them, just as they had 1,500 years prior. Conquered the people before. Of course, there was a lot that happened in that 1,500 years, but summarizing, they were becoming conquered. And through that conquering, through that genocide, they became what we now know as Jews. They weren't really Jews before that. But they became Jews, and this is a song about how an identity was born out of destruction and trauma. I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived, with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Oh, great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me, and Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy. And when we fell together, all our flesh was like a veil that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. Some women wait for Jesus, and some may wait for Cain. So I'll hang upon this altar, and I'll hoist my axe again, and I'll take the one who finds me back to where it all began, back when Jesus was Nanny Moon, and Cain was just a man, and we'll read from pleasant Bibles that are bound in blood and skin, that Ashura is gathering all her children back again. The Jews will rule again. The Messiah will return. The God King shall rebuild his palace upon the mountain, and from there he'll conquer the world. Is this the myth we want? Do we really want a God King to live on top of the mountain? That sounds fraught. Sounds like you might spend the rest of eternity arguing about who gets to be king on the rock. Sounds kind of small and stuck. The Jews will rule again. Interesting. So, we can switch now to Sanskrit. It's all a myth. It is all a myth, yes. Would I straighten my hair for the next live? Absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not. Hello from New Zealand. So this is a prayer from the Shivananda yoga tradition. Shivananda is a franchise of ashrams that exists all over the world. Franchise is a bit pejorative. It's not a franchise. It's a spiritual movement held together by a set of institutional beliefs. And there's one not far from where I grew up, and that's where I learned this prayer. Kajananam Bhudaganati Sevitam Kapita Jambupala Sarabhakshetam Ummasitam Sakabinasakarnam Nahami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Sadananam Kunkumaraktavarnam Mahamatim Divyamayuravahanam Vidasyasinam Sarasainanatam Guham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye Yaku Endutu Saraharatvala Yasi Prabhasvarita Yavinavaranam Manditakara Yasveta Padmasana Yabramachuta Sankara Pratrapi Devasata Puja Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nihesa Jadyapaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisparanchaya Santaya Shivanandaya Te Namaha Shri Vishnu Devanandaya Te Namaha Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye Shive Savarta Sadike Sarani Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostite Narayani Namostite Om My Yiddish is beautifully spoken. Well, that is not Yiddish. That's Sanskrit. Oh gosh, what's happening with the broadcast? Alright. Facebook broadcast broke. My personal favorite prayers to chant recently. Yes, the chickens are in the back. Shall we do another mantra? Let's do another mantra. This one is called the Maharityunjaya mantra. It's a very famous mantra in Sanskrit, and it starts with a long Om. Would you like to make a long Om with me? Take a deep breath in. Triambakam yajamahe sigandim pushche vardhanam Varva Rukami Bhavandanat Mrityar Mukshiyam Amritatom Triambakam yajamahe sigandim pushche vardhanam Varva Rukami Bhavandanat Mrityar Mukshiyam Amritatom Sarvesham Svastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu Ma Kashid Tukabak Bhave Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityur Mamritam Gamaya Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishate Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. That outer world is full. This inner world is also full. From fullness comes fullness, taking fullness. From fullness, fullness remains like a serpent eating its tail. Peace, peace, peace. Yes, that is Sanskrit for the ones of you who were curious. I'm glad that you could recognize the language. It's a beautiful language. Yes, it's Sanskrit. It is Sanskrit. From the Shivananda tradition, although this mantra is spoken in many traditions that are not the Shivananda tradition. Many Hindu traditions use this. Like a serpent eating its tail full. Exactly. Exactly. So, Ouroboros or something, right? Yes. Yes. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? TikTok tells me that what we're doing here is attention farming, right? I'm supposed to ask you to like the video. And yeah, when I start singing the next prayer, do please like the video. I would appreciate that. But the prayer that we're going to do next is by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, modern American group. They describe what I think we're doing better than many of these other prayers. And when I say this prayer, it always makes me wonder why other people are here. Why are you here? Why are you all here? What does prayer mean to you? What does prayer mean to you? Give this video a like and let me know. What does prayer mean to you? I don't want to pray to my maker, no. I just want to be feeling free. Not just who I am, but the pink in golden land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun. Hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. It's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins. And I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon, God and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim, who made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But I don't want to pray to my Maker. I just want to be what I see. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. Hashem. Pardon. God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray. No, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made me. What are we doing here? When are we eating rice? What is happening? We will eat rice shortly. Right now we are wondering, what does prayer mean? And y'all gave some really excellent answers. Let me see if I can pull some of them up. Prayer means meditation for me, the center, refocus. I love how peaceful. We all need prayer. Prayer means rest and mindfulness. Prayer sets the intention to help future generations. Prayer brings soul. Shipping God, relationship with God. Yeah, that's all lovely. It's all lovely. What about the kale? So no kale today. Today will be green beans. Today will be green beans. Thank you for those flowers. Why is it important? Why is it important? Well, I don't want to be a prayer. I don't want to be aligning myself with a word that means only not a thing. That's what Hashem means. It means name. I want to be the prayer. Right? I want to turn myself into light. I'm made of light. Matter and light are interchangeable. That's what modern physics tells us. I want to turn myself into light, become prayer. Say these words every day. Say these words every single day. Bind them as a symbol on your hand. Become prayer. Become that immaterial, material thing. That's what it means to me. That's why I do this every day. So, we have a couple more prayers, and then we will say Arati. Well, then we will eat rice. We will say Arati right now. A couple more prayers. The word Arati means light in Sanskrit. Arati means light. My light is infectious. This is my light. It's a lamp. Light, flame, Arati. Do I ever feel depressed? Every day. Every day. A little bit. Some days more than a little bit. So this is a Sanskrit prayer, for those of you who ask in the middle. For those of you who are listening now, please answer them. This is in Sanskrit. Sanskrit. This is a Sanskrit prayer. The word Arti means light, and the refrain, Jaya Jaya Arti. Oh my goodness. You did it.
I did it.
Oh my god. You come here.
Yes.
This is too much. Look at this. Look at this.
I thought about bringing up the whole picture to impress TikTok, but then I didn't.
Oh my god.
But I did kind of put the basil leaf in it for TikTok. Because I thought it made it look fancy. I'm supposed to chill it all day, but whatever.
No, I want it right now.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I would love to give you some of it, but TikTok doesn't work like that.
This is incredible.
I'm glad. It's the first week of having enough tomatoes where we can do that.
Yes, it's gazpacho. It's extremely good. But I shouldn't eat it all just yet because we should finish prayers and then we can eat it. Yeah.
It's tomato, cucumber, a little pepper, as in, like, green pepper, not peppercorn. Salt, rice vinegar, olive oil, garlic.
Use good olive oil.
Onion. Yes, I used the good Palestinian olive oil. I'm not going to use, like, whatever Pompeii,
Yeah.
whatever the brand is of like the
Dumpster
relatively
olive oil?
cheap olive oil. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not even going to use Trader Joe's dumpster olive oil. I'm going to use the like fancy stuff
Yeah.
because this is
It's good.
the application for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you want to do RT with me?
sure,
Yeah?
yeah. Can I have a sip?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't bring up a cup for me.
Yeah. Where's RT? It's really good.
It is really good. Oh, I have a little bit of cucumber peel in there. This one's really good at Shivananda.
Yeah. I can't really replicate what they do at Shivananda. There's the bell part.
Yeah, the bell parts. The bell part, the lights, the offerings.
Yeah. But I do say this at the end because at the end you eat.
Yeah.
Like, that was my favorite when I was, like, 8.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't understand what was going on. I was just really hungry. And my mother would always
Aw.
be like, now you get to eat soon. You get to eat right after this one.
Oh my gosh. Of course. Oh my gosh, that's really cute.
Yeah. And you get a little prasad, a little gazpacho after we do this prayer.
That is not prasad, but that's fine.
Well, you know.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Jaya Jayarati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jayarati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jayarati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jayarati Venkanta Ramana Venkanta Ramana Sankata Harana Sita Rama Radhe Shama Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jayarati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jayarati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimurti Avatara Jaya Jayarati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sanischaraya Sanischaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sankarachaya Sankarachaya Advaita Gurave Jaya Jayarati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jayarati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jayarati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shri Rama Priyaye Jaya Jayarati Ayappa Swamine Ayappa Swamine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jayarati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jayarati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Gurupo Namaha Jaya Jayarati Venugopala. Om Natatra Suyobati Natandra Taratan Nema Vidyobati Kutoya Magni Twameva Bantamanubandi Sarvam Tasya Pasya Samidam Vivanti Om Gange Kayamune Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Sidhu Kaveri Namastutam Namo Namaha. Neither the sun shines there, nor the moon, stars, and lightning. So from where does its light come? When that shines, everything shines after that. By its light, everything else is lit. And then they say the names of some rivers and sprinkle you with water.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I didn't know Saraswati was a river.
Yeah. So is Yamuna.
Oh, yeah.
Twameva mata chapita twameva Twameva bandhu shasaka Twameva vidya jainam Twameva sarvam mama deva deva Kayena vacha manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanava prakrite sabhavat Karomi yad mangalam parasmahe Narayanayiti sarmar payami Sarvadharmam parichaya Mamekam saranam praja Aham sva sarva papayo Mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, intellect, my nature, or my emotions, all these I dedicate to you. To all of you. Thanks for the rose. So, now we'll say Kaddish, and we're gonna end. I'll turn off the stream, we'll have breakfast. Or I can leave it on and we could have breakfast. Gazpacho, or you can leave.
I might leave.
We'll just leave.
Yeah, I might just leave.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna say Kaddish for all of those people who died yesterday of coronavirus, and for all those other people. Oh gosh, it's I think it's over there.
I mean, I know it. It just helps me to have it.
Yeah. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
I should print out one. No, not that one. That one's more accessible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So this is a morning prayer that for the last 2,500 years or so people have been saying in response to death. And so we'll say it for all of those lives that were lost recently. Yid Kadal, Vid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Bialma Divrach Yurte, Biamlich Malchute, B'chayachon Uvyomechon, Uvchaye de Kol Beit Yisrael, Bagala Ubisman Kari Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Me'arch Li'olam, Omei Omaya. Yitbrach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitramam, Vitnaseh, Vithadar, Vithaleh, Vithalal, Shemei Dekudasha, Barichu, La'ela, Mikol Birchata, Vishirata, Tushbechata, Benechemata, Diomiran, Biama, Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shlamar Rabbah, Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu, V'yal Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimramav, Huya Aseh Shalom, Aleinu, V'yal Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu, v'al chol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. We're gonna eat gazpacho now. Oh my god.
I thought you would like it.
It's incredible. It's so filling. I didn't expect it would be so filling.
Mm-hmm.
And salty. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I put a good amount of salt and a good amount of oil.
Yeah.
Because, not just you like it, everybody likes it. But
You spent all your TikTok money on this live today? I hope you spent responsibly.
okay.
Are you gonna go? 'Cause I can turn it off.
I'm vaccinated. You're not asking me, you're asking Teresa. But
Yeah.
we're vaccinated. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay. When should I come find you?
Whenever you want.
Okay. It'll be in like half an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
It was only $4.99. Okay, good.
Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't a ton of money.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn off the